Alrighty, I believe I am online. Happy Friday. I just made it home. I had a issue with my truck because of my aggressive driving. I ended up breaking the transmission block on it, but hey, it's under warranty and they covered it, so that's a great thing. And then I had a leak, so had to get that fixed, but luckily it's all done and ready to go. So I was able to make it back. We had some closings that we were taking. I had a issue with my truck. Oops, sorry. Just wanted to make sure I was working. So like I mentioned, I just got back. We had some closings, so it's been a pretty productive week. I hope your week has been productive. And like every Friday, this forum is just for you, for me to be able to answer any questions that you have. I made sure to bring my little sheet back here so you don't see my my bedroom, see my towels and stuff like that. So these are the things I do for you. I sacrifice constantly for you guys. They're just playing, but so while we're waiting for people to kind of join in, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about purchasing a repo home, how to find it, and how the prices come up, and how you finance it. So once again, I'm all about providing you the information that that you need to make a wise decision, because when we sell these repo homes, we're just basically the licensing party. We don't set the price. It's all up to the marketing manager and what the bank has set forth of what they're going to recover on the repos. Repos have been hard to find, just like everything else, just because our backlogs are far out. Pricing keeps going up, and it's totally a seller's market right now. But either way, they're available. We actually just got done doing a repo into a manufactured home community here. We're able to get through closing within 2 weeks. Now the home's delivered. Now we're just waiting on the city to pass inspections in order for us to get the customer into the home. So it could be a very quick, easy process. Of course, everything just kind of depends on how quickly you move. So let's go ahead and look at my other screen here. So I'm gonna go ahead and disappear and share my screen. Hey, look, I'm on YouTube. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let me close this out. Is how to find a repo. The website you want to go to is 21strepos.com. Okay. All right. So this is what the page looks like. And it's pretty easy. You can set a minimum price, a maximum price, how many bedrooms, what city, state, zip code, what wind zone. You know, this is particular for like people in the coastal areas. Typically a wind zone 2 or wind zone 3 is required. You can really filter to find homes specifically that match that. So you can also look at the other results as far as just finding a repo that's being sold by itself without land. You have the option to pick something that is just land only or comes with land already. So you have different options there. Typically what I suggest is obviously you see how often I come in here, it says what I have. I'll put a zip code, and typically the maximum range is 100 miles. So I put the 100 miles in there, and I just basically want to see what's available. Okay. And then basically you just hit submit. Pretty easy. Okay, so this is the list that will come up for you. Now, if there isn't any pictures like what we're seeing right now, it means that it's either in the process of being repoed or being in the process of being refurbished, and that's why there's no pictures of it. I do have to let you know that the repo market is so hot right now that people are buying these sight unseen. Not that I recommend that. I just want you to understand that that is something that's happening right now. That people are buying these saying, hey, if you're going to refurbish it once it gets to my property, and let's just get things moving forward, so that way I'm not waiting. So things are moving fairly quickly. Now, what do you know what you're looking at? Basically, it's going to tell you what year this home is. It's a 2020. The builder is a legacy home. The size of the home is 16 by 80, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. Now this one comes with 1.9 acre, or I'm sorry, 0.19 of an acre in Bardwell, Texas. So that is completely put together for $89,000. Now, typically when you're buying something that has land, this has to go through a real estate agent. You can't go through retail typically. Now, Palm Harbor does have a way that we can acquire these homes and represent you through our real estate department. So not many people in our retail stores understand that, and they tend not to understand because the managing party of those stores, they understand that they're not getting the profit in, so they don't want to mess with it, which is totally understandable. But hey, you know me, I'm all about being able to get you guys into a home, because if I get you into this house, you'll send people to me, and that's what matters. So I can at least talk about doing this. And so what happens is, for instance, let's say that you like this property. Here's another cool thing. If you want to see where the property's at, you can click on the address here, and it'll give you a map to where the home is. Okay, so that's what I like to do. So that way I can be like, okay, what am I actually looking at? So, for a 2002, it looks like it's a metal on metal home, metal siding, metal roof on the top, like the corrugated metal, and then vinyl skirted, and it's kind of just a little small inlet lot. So it gives me an idea of what the outside in the property looks like. So once again, the way you do that is you're just going to click on the address above here. But it tells you the information here. So basically what I do, I contact Harbor and Associates, which is the real estate firm for Palm Harbor. And I let them know, hey, I have a customer who's interested in purchasing this home. So the first steps we want to do is actually get you financed with 21st Mortgage. This is going to help you versus you kind of using an outside lender, because the bank is retaining the ability to have this home financed with them. So as you know, banks make money from interest, so it benefits them. They're probably going to take a offer that has to do with something with their own bank. They have the ability to do that. That's a win for them. So typically what I'll do is submit you for financing with 21st. You'll get an approval letter that comes to you, and there's a list of things that you have to turn into them. 21st, what they're about is the first person to get to closing gets the home. There is no reserving this home. There is none of that, just because of how quick everything's being sold. So it's important for you to clear all your conditions. What are conditions? Those are going to be your ID, your social security card, your taxes, your income, your down payment. Those are typically the biggest things that they're looking for you to clear in order for them to get you into closing. So if you clear those things and you have your full down payment in, then at that point they're willing to go ahead and reserve the home for you, because then you're a real buyer. You're not someone who's still trying to get qualified, trying to prove what you put on your application is real. You've cleared everything. Then at that point, they'll go ahead and say, hey, you're the one that we're going to put on this house. Let's go ahead and move forward. So in this case where you're buying land, they're going to be like, let's go ahead and get the appraisal underway. And then Palm Harbor writes out all the contracts for all this stuff. And then basically you'll just deal with Harbor and Associates. And from there on, you go to a title company, you close, and then the home becomes yours. So that's how it works when you're purchasing something that's on land. And it's going to go through the real estate department through Palm Harbor here, which I absolutely love to use. And then outside of that, if you're just a person that already has a real estate agent and you have a lender already set aside, you're more than welcome to use your agent to submit an offer directly to 21st as well. But typically when we're looking at repos, this is kind of what we're looking for, is something that doesn't include land. It shows us pricing. So let me see if I can find one here. So here's a nice big size 18 by 76, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, Fleetwood model, which Fleetwood is also built, part of our family. Fleetwood, Cafco, Palm Harbor. This is a 2018. This one right now has a price of 75,900. Okay, so this is tells you a West End model, and guess what? There's pictures of the home, which means it is ready today. Okay. Oh, this one has gas appliances for those who love to cook with gas. So it gives you just some pictures of the home. Okay. Now, I know the next question is going to be, Jeff Anthony, how can I go out and look at it? Well, you can go directly to the person that has it. They have every right to sell you the home. That's the risk I take by showing you this stuff, but I know you guys love me, so you'll come back to me. No one can offer you a better deal than somebody else. That's a load of baloney if they tell you that. Because once again, the bank is the one that's going to set this price up. Us as the retailer or the person that's holding the house, we don't set those prices. We can go in and say, hey, we would like this customer wants to buy this house for $5,000 less. The bank could turn around and quickly say no, just as quickly as they'll tell me, as far as those things go. So the biggest thing is that they can tell you, hey, I'll give you a prime example, like the one I just did a couple weeks ago. The people that were holding it were like, hey, I can get you this house for $4,000 less. And when everything came out to be, well, guess what they didn't include? Utility hookups, which were going to be needed. That's connecting light, water, the decks for the community, and skirting. They were just basically saying, hey, we're selling you the house and trying to price it lower for you and try to sell you on the point that it's lower and not tell you everything that you're getting. Here with me, I'm going to put it all out on the table and let you know what it's going to cost you and how it comes out to be. And if we don't need those items, then hey, let's go lower. But I hate to set you up with a low price and then come back and slap you with a higher price. Okay, so let's say that you want to purchase this home here, $75,900. So how do we figure the overall cost to get you this home to your location? Okay, so like this one here is in Tyler, Texas. All right, so let me just copy this address down really quick. Okay, so this is how we figure it out. This is directly from the bank letting us know how to price your home. Okay, so this home here, once again, let's take a look at it, was $75,900. So we're going to put that price there, $75,900. This is letting us know now basically what to put in here. So the next thing is break and wrap. Basically that means making the home ready for delivery. Okay, so it's $250 for a single wide, $500 for a double wide, and $1,000 for a triple wide. So we're gonna leave $250. Then they have a set cost for delivery and setup. Now in this case it's an 18 wide, so this would be $3,000, as you can see here, $3,000 for 18 wide. Okay. And the majority of Texas, because there's a bunch of moisture, we need to use a vapor barrier. It looks like a big old black trash bag that we lay down on the ground. Basically, what that's used for is so moisture from underneath doesn't get into your home, and also if you have a leak, that moisture doesn't penetrate the ground, causing your home to become unlevel. So per floor means per section. So this is a single wide, so it's only $200. We know we're going to need permits and escorts to get the home to your property, so that's $300. Dozer and house cat. Typically, about 90% of the time, we do have to use these house cats. They're basically mini tractors that pick up the home to maneuver through either like a street or even on property to be able to fit the home in versus using the big semi trucks. So if getting to your property is super clear and wide, then we won't have to estimate for that. if it's going to be tight in some places, it's better for us to go ahead and estimate that you're going to need that, because if they determine that you are going to need that and you don't put this into your financing, that's going to come out of your pocket. So these are the things that I try to set you up for. Say, hey, let's just go ahead and figure that you're going to need it. And if you don't, then it's going to get less, which is a great way to approach it. So we're going to say 750 here. All right. So this is the big calculation here. It's after 100 miles, it's $5 per mile per floor. Okay, so this is a single wide. So now we want to go ahead and figure out basically a delivery address. We're going to say 6691 Bowman Roberts, which is my address to the factory. Okay, and then let's do directions. So this home, once again, was located at 195 South. Here it is. Look at that. Alrighty, so it's 143 miles from that location to our location. So we're going to take that 143 and we're going to go ahead and subtract that. So it was 13. That's 87 miles. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take 87 miles times 5. Here, let me move this to my screen over here. Let's just check my math one more time. 143 minus 50. Okay. Oh, it's 93 miles. Okay. Times 5. That's 465. This is the number we're going to go ahead and put here. Right? So 465 is the additional cost for mileage. Now, a trim out. What this means is once your home gets there, obviously that home is already completed, but because it's traveling, it may need some finishing repairs, making sure that everything is looking good. So on a single wide, it's $1,000. If it has a double wide, a triple wide, tape and texture, there's different costs on there. But this one is a single wide, so it's $1,000. Now on here, if the home is 5 years or less, they will rehook an AC to the home. So let's see if this one actually had an AC already on it. And how we tell is down here where it says amenities. It's letting us know shingle roof, cabinets, floor plans, bathrooms, and other features. So on here, there's not an AC. Typically, it would tell you here that there's an AC. And then for those that are out in the higher wind zone areas, it's always going to disclose the wind zone down here as well. So this is a wind zone 1. So it works perfectly for the majority of Texas except for the coastal areas there. So there's not an AC that comes with this home, so we're going to have to account for that AC. Okay, so we put it there. The home is newer than a 2006, so there's no need to replace the furnace. On here, now this is something you don't have to take if you don't want to. So they offer vinyl skirting for $1,250, or you can do hardboard skirting, which basically is wood material. That's $3,000. Being that this house is a vinyl house, I would suggest going with the vinyl skirting. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. Now, wind bracing. On here it tells us this is dealer's cost. We need a bid for that to turn in. Typically, some mobile home communities or some areas where you have a lot of high wind, they will go out and add additional bracing. That's about an additional $345 to do, but we're going to leave that out. I just wanted to talk about that. Now, steps to the home. Once again, this kind of determines if you're doing wood steps, which are just basically rinky-dink, get you in and out temporary steps until you get ready to build decks for $250 each, or you can get the fiberglass ones that are a little bit more sturdier, in there until you're able to build your decks. So in this case, we're just going to say that you need a front and back deck of just the standard 250 ones. So we're going to go ahead and put $500 there. Appliances in the home, this one had brand new didn't have brand new appliances, but there's appliances in there, so you don't have to buy any. So we're going to go ahead and take the $1,400 out. All this stuff where it says dealer cost required, this is where basically I, as Palm Harbor, will go verify your property, figure out whether or not you need these items, and then we turn in a cost to them of the people who can do this. So typically in the state of Texas, or actually in the whole U.S. now, the HUD requires that your home have positive drainage, so water will set away from your home versus underneath it. So we'll go ahead and price in for us to do. Typically, a single wide is about $1,900 on an average for a home pad. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. Now, if you have positive drainage, then they take that out. Most manufactured home communities now are taking responsibility of doing home pads. So if you go into a mobile home community park, you save that money. Okay. On here, this is doing water connections, electric connections. So once again, these are going to be, some of this stuff is going to be maximum, but they will allow us to go a little bit further out. But this is not installing a brand new water meter. This is not installing a septic tank. They won't do that stuff. This is just to connect from the source to the house itself. Now, if you're buying one of these houses and you're buying land with it, or you're giving your land up as collateral, then this stuff gets put on a separate end of a contract, and it doesn't matter here on this end of stuff. So we won't have to worry. This is just basically based on just the home only purchase. Okay, so all that stuff added up to $16,965, leaving us the final price of $92,865. So basically, that shows what the final price of this home is, and that's how we calculate it. Because typically, when somebody calls and they're like, "Hey, I was looking at this house, is this much?" and we turn around and say, "Hey, well, when everything's said and done, that's going to be about $93,000." People kind of flip out because they don't understand exactly how we're getting those numbers. But at least this way, you can see exactly how we get these numbers. It's directly from them. This is their worksheet. And we just punch it in. It helps us speed the process a lot better. They approve it at the end of the day. So it goes hand in hand with them and trying to help you get into one of these homes. All right, so we can talk about trying to finance this home. So basically on here, it's an easy apply online now. The only reason I wouldn't want you to do that is because I want you to use my link specifically when it comes to financing. Let me see if I can bring that up, but I can provide that at another time. But we can look at the payment estimator here to give you a good idea of what it's going to cost. Okay, so looking at Texas, purchasing a home. And then here is where it's going to let you know. Are you financing a home with land? You're financing a home using value of your land? Financing a home only placed in private property? Or financing a home going into a community? This is basically going into a mobile home park. This is going into private property, which would be family-owned land, a friend's piece of property, or property that you own yourself or purchasing. So in this case, let's just say that you already own your piece of property. This one doesn't really matter. All right, so basically here, it's going to ask you what you're financing, being that this home is a 2018. It's less than 10 years, so we're going to go ahead and click that. And then it's going to ask you, where does your credit stand? So we're just going to go with what's common right now. Most people have credit between 650 to 680, so we're going to say it's good. And then once again, we know that the final cost will be $92,865. So we're just going to round it up to that 93. And here you go. This gives you the information that the based on the credit, the minimum that they'll probably request for your down payment is 5%, which is 4,650. You're gonna have a home payment of 677 with 30 cents before taxes and insurance, with a rate of 7.55 with a 25-year term. So if all of that looks great and that's what you're ready to move forward, or if you're going to put more down payment, then you can. And basically, we just go straight into going into the financing, and all of it's done online. You create an account where you can go in case that you can't finish the application that day, that you can come back and pick up where you left off. And secondly, once you get approved, you can actually load all your conditions, your IDs, your social security cards, your bank statements, all that directly to the bank without having to turn them in to me as the retailer. I am someone who definitely values your protection of your identity, because I've had my identity stolen actually twice, and it is a huge pain in the rear to do that. So that is basically how you find a repo home, how we get our pricing, and how to finance a repo home. So with that all being said and done, I will leave the floor to you guys. I don't see any chats yet. Not sure if the chats are working or not. I thought I fixed that. All right, the chat is working. All right, so I will leave it to you guys. See if you have any questions. If not, I'll wait about another 5 minutes and hang out. Typically, I try to do an hour's worth, but I understand that I've been doing these for the last 3-4 weeks, so you probably already had plenty of your questions answered. While we're waiting for questions, if there's going to be any, Palm Harbor has redesigned a horizon for us to get lower pricing. It's going to go into our limited series, kind of like the Horizon Limited floor plan, but this will be a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. This will be a 30 by 64. Right now we have one on order. It's expected to come offline. Let's see, March, April, May. Coming offline in May. And it'll be the very first one that's done. So no one has one of these homes just yet. But to kind of give you a general idea of what this home will look like inside, let me log into my Matterport really quick, and then I'll do a virtual tour of the 48-footer, just to give you an idea of like how the finishings will be of the inside of the home. That's a great concern. I can definitely understand that. So when they sell a repo, they do have to provide a habitability warranty for the home. You also get the ability to ensure that cosmetically the home is what you're expecting in the sense of what a repo would be. So obviously they're not going to turn in a house and say, hey, these walls are falling down, or that this is happening. What they're actually going to do is refurbish it. That's why I highly recommend, sometimes when if you purchase one of those houses that the refurbishing isn't done yet, that you purchase it and allow them to finish it there on the property, because then you get to see everything that's going on at that time and see them fixing those things. And then during that habitability warranty, you also have 60 days that if the electric's not working, the plumbing's not working, that they're going to fix it for you. Also, if the home is new enough, like this one that I showed from 2018, Palm Harbor owns its own insurance company that we sell extended service contracts for those used homes to cover, once again, structure of the home. It'll cover the mechanical and plumbing of the home, your appliances. So if it's new enough, we can go ahead and cover that, and it's very inexpensive to do that. Yeah, the habitability will cover water leaks, electrical shorts. It'll cover all of that. So on these newer homes, typically, I myself, if I can work it into finance that extended service contract without you having to purchase it, it's a great sense of peace of mind to do that. So it's on there. Now, you buy an older one, yes, you're kind of taking on something that you're buying that home for fairly cheap, and you're gonna have to put some TLC into it even after they refurbish it. Yeah, same thing. That's all habitability, roof leaks, all of those things. So it's all considered there. Now, understand if you have a roof leak because of weather, Mother Nature did it versus the way they refurbished it or the way the home was manufactured. That's all covered under insurance as far as those things go. But if it's something because of the way they did it, then yes, they will cover roof leaks as well. I'm trying to log into my Matterport, which is my virtual scans. And I haven't logged in a while, so I'm hoping I still remember the password. Success! Okay, let's turn that one on. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, so I'll show you the floor plan too of the Horizon 64 here shortly, but I want to show you the Horizon Limited. Okay, so in the Limited series, the home will have textured walls in the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. So basically, it's going to look exactly like this as far as the 64-footer goes. The house will be, the kitchen and the dining room will be a little bit wider because the home is wider. But as far as the features in the home, this is what it's going to look like. Actually, these are the actual colors I selected with the exception that these will have white upper cabinets and then it'll have the gray cabinets on the bottom. The barn door will have the gray on the inside with white trim on the outside. This is the same floor covering that we're using. The same backsplash. Now, because appliances have been such a hard thing to get, you're going to see that there's not a dishwasher in here, but a dishwasher does come with the home. The electrical cooler range comes with the home. The one that I have coming offline, instead of doing the standard refrigerator, I put the side-by-side refrigerator in that one. And it has the same island top. Comes with the wood beams. Has the black cage lighting. Now the utility room will come with this same paneling on the inside, which is the Whispering Pine, but it'll be the complete room versus doing Whispering Pine and then the what we call the rough gray wall paneling. As you can see, it has a strip on there. But I went with this rough gray for a specific reason. Here, let me do this angle, and you can kind of see here. See how it has like this textured look to it? So the reason I did that is because when you actually take these little strips off, the gap in between the panels, the drywall panels, like literally like this thin, very, very small. And you can go in and put toothpaste and fill it in, and like pack it in really good, and then kind of let it dry, and then you can go and sand it down, and then you can float the whole entire wall, and it looks just like the texture like you would on a textured wall. Benefits: it's easier to clean. It's mold resistant. It's an awesome thing to do. It's just one of those things you kind of like, oh, I got to do this, but it saves you tons of money because texturing a house costs you like 8 to 9 grand more just to have that. So if you're willing to get a lower price and a bigger home, and you're able to do that like one room at a time as a project and save yourself $9,000, I say do it. The second thing why I like the gray stuff wall cover is also because I was a very ruckus kid, and I was probably the one you would take out back with a switch and be like, you broke that vase, you damaged that wall. That's the big thing. Typically what a lot of people dislike about the panels is that if you were to make a hole, if you were to damage it in any way, that you cannot match up anything and make it look like the wall again. So with the rust stuff, that's why it has that textured look on it, and why we go with the gray, because that matches up almost 100% to our tornado color that we use. So that way, if you were to do patchwork to it, you can use texturing and it looks identical. So it's easy for repair later on in life. Not saying that I want you to have to repair your wall, but it's just those little things that go long ways on owning your home and having home ownership. Now, if you don't have kids and you're not a ruckus person, you're all good. You can choose a different one. Okay, so the master bedroom and bathroom setup will be exactly the same as well. So we're going to go back that way. Now, the one that I ordered, I have no carpet inside of it. I have bad asthma and allergies, and I can't stand carpet on there. And it seems like the majority of my clients that come through, they can't stand carpeting either. So I ordered it that way. But typically it is standard with carpeting in the master bedroom. So on here, I went with the same color with the charcoal wall with the rough stuff. Now, you can't, these pictures don't show it, but instead of, hey, stop moving. The whole entire house will have this block molding all the way through versus the real thin molding that they use that's kind of flimsy. I actually did the block molding just to give you a cleaner look throughout the house as well. So, well, let's go look at the bathroom, because on the Horizon models from the 56, the 62, the 68, and the 76, they got rid of the tub and just did the big massive shower. Well, on the 64-footer limited, it's going to have this bathroom, which a lot of people are going to be really excited about, because we are tending to get away from the standalone tubs if we can. So, but everything in here will be exactly the same. With the exception of this wall panel, it's going to be the gray stuff. So it'll look really nice. It won't look as busy. Same bathroom, same walk-in closet. The only thing that's going to be different is that it's going to be a bigger house than this part, bigger than the 48-footer itself. So let me go ahead and bring up the... Oh, I didn't even... You guys are probably like, what are you talking about? I didn't even put it on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, such a dork. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go back to the utility room so you can see what I was talking about. So the utility room will have the Whispering Pine on all four walls versus this gray rough stuff panel that I was talking about. And let me angle it here so you can see. You can see that it has some texture work to it. That's what I was kind of talking about earlier. But let's go back to the master bedroom. So here, basically the whole entire house, with the exception of the master, has vinyl flooring. But the one I have on order will be vinyl throughout the entire home. So let's go ahead and go back. Here's the charcoal wood wall color. Very similar to the Whispering Pine, but it's just a dark accent color. As you can see, it's going with the rough stuff with the block molding. Okay. and then this is the standard bath. So you're going to have the standalone tub, 60-inch shower in the back, dual sinks. Linen closet, then your standard closet, big and deep, and then your water commode. Okay, so like I mentioned, the 64 footer is going to be a lot bigger. So the utility room on the 64 footer actually encompasses this whole entire area here, because what's going to happen, this bathroom is going to move into this side, and then this is going to have like a dividing wall here with a door and then 2 sinks. So it's a lot more functional. Then you have a bedroom here, and then you have another bedroom that moves down this way, and then you have a family room back here. So it's a really great floor plan. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Okay, so as you can see here, just like what we saw, the dining room, living room, kitchen, bathroom. So as you can see, nice big large utility room. Has a dual sinks, the split area, bathroom, tub here. You have your bedrooms to the back, and then the family room back here. So if you've seen the Horizon 76, it's basically that exact same flow, but just, once again, just not having texture in these bedrooms is the main difference between those homes there. So let me go back and see if I can bring up the 76. So if we look at the 76 footer, once again, so that living room will be about this big here. We're probably going to lose this amount of space here. It doesn't have the walk-in pantry here like this one does, but you can see how the bedrooms are set up with the family room in the back here, and then this bathroom. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that bathroom. As you can see, has a dual sinks, has a drawer bank, 2 cabinets at the bottom, dual mirrors. But this is the coolest thing. I really love this separation of the 2 sinks before you walk into the commode or shower area. Growing up, we only had one bathroom in our home with 6 of us. So if somebody was taking a shower, the whole bathroom was shut down at that time. At least here, someone's taking a shower, they just lock this door, and people still can get ready inside the home. Inside the bathroom, I'm sorry, brush their teeth, get their hair ready. So let's take a look at the utility room. As you can see, it's a lot larger than the one I just showed you on the Horizon 48. Gives you 2 access points, one from the hallway and then one from the dining room with the sliding barn door. You have a spot here for the stand-up freezer or a chest freezer. But the flow of the home is exactly the same. You're going to have a bedroom here. Then you're going to have a bedroom right across from it. Okay, so unlike the 76 footer, this bathroom is no longer here. This bedroom slides into that spot. As you can see, 4 bedrooms, really good size. And then you'll have your family room in the back. Now, it's not going to be as big as this one, but it gives you a general idea of the flow of the house itself. Alrighty. Okay. Let me go ahead and exit. Excellent. Okay. Let me turn this screen off now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about what the price of this home is on the retail end of things. This home includes delivery, setup, AC, skirting, and steps on a retail price of, I'm sorry, just take me a little bit to find it here, of $198. Now, the one that I have coming off as of right now, unless we have another material surcharge, which we just got done having one on Wednesday, it was about $2.65. We're hoping that the good thing is that this home is going to be coming off in May, which will give us a hopefully hope that we won't have any more price increases to the home itself. So let me delete that. Okay. Let me close that out. Close that out. All right. Let me go ahead and show you what I have it on currently. So here's my special. As you can see, brand new Horizon Limited Home 64. I have it priced at $179,999, and that's for the one that's going to be coming from the factory out in May. As of right now, that's the current price. That already included the current surcharge that we were going to have of the $2.89 or $2.59 per square foot. So that's already added in there. So aside from that, there's no more protection on top of that. So hopefully, if you move fast enough, we can secure that price on there. That includes delivery up to 150 miles from the Fort Worth factory. Includes vinyl skirting, steps, AC to the house as well. So that just kind of gives you what we got going on there. So that is it, guys. We got about 8 minutes left. So, Alexis, ¿me puedes mandar un correo electrónico o me puedes llamar a la oficina? Estamos ya cerrados para el fin de semana. Regreso yo lunes como a las 8 de la mañana. Si quiere, déjeme poner aquí mi correo electrónico, así me puede mandar su información. Hay chance que mañana traigo entre las 10 hasta las 11 un poco de tiempo, que si traes a Facebook mensajero, yo te puedo llamar allí también, así podemos hacer un video para enseñar todo, y puedo enseñarle todo de financiamiento, casas disponibles, los precios, y así si los ponemos de acuerdo con una casa, pues podemos avanzar, y en caso que no hay problema. Así puedo contestar cualquier pregunta que usted tenga. Alexis asks, how can you guys get a hold of me? There's various ways. We're already closed for the weekend. I'll be back on Monday starting at 8, but there's two ways you can get a hold of me. One is through my email or through my or giving us a call. So let me go ahead and put that information here in the chat for you. Sorry, I've been talking too much. So today for our company, it was Employee Appreciation Day. So I actually want to end today's video saying how much I appreciate everyone that works at our factories. I know that the tours have been closed down for a little bit, and you guys don't get to see the factory people as much as I used to show on here. But I can. Oh, what happened to my chat? It's not letting me put it in here. Um, but man, those guys are just busting their butts left and right to get you homes. I can definitely speak about the factory employees here in Fort Worth. Um, a while back, we were at 8 months, and then we got down to 6 months, and now we're down to 5 months. And a lot of it has to do because the new employees that we got back in August, they're now so seasoned in doing what they're doing that they're able to produce these homes a lot quicker, and they're able to do it just as accurately. So um, it's great. It's great to have them. For whatever reason, it's not letting me put the chat anymore. Oh, there it is. Never mind. They always try to get me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave my email on here. I always have access to my email even when I'm traveling, which I am going to be doing a lot this coming week. So the store is open Monday this coming week, and then closed Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I'll be back on Thursday and Friday on there. So I kind of mentioned it last week. We have some really cool stuff coming up that we're getting ready to. So I just have some meetings the next couple weeks before we can announce all the cool stuff that we got going on. Things that we're probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna take this forum and this live feed to a brand new page for that we're gonna be doing. So as I start announcing some of that stuff, that way you guys can still follow me and I can still answer questions for you. All right, so that one is the first phone number is the one to the office. The second phone number is the our text line. So if you want to text, I can do that. I do not do anything on Sundays. So if you try to attempt to communicate with me on Sundays, you're just gonna have to wait. That is time I have with the Lord and time with my family on there. But this is my contact information, kind of going on there. But I could tell you guys, I'm super excited for some of the stuff that we got coming forward here for our new fiscal year. Our new fiscal year starts in April, so in about 27 days, I get to release all the good information for you guys. But until then, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Truly love the fact that you guys tune in every week, ask questions. I will keep doing this as long as you guys want me to, and you guys are active on it. But if it happens that nobody wants to come on here anymore, then that's great. I still did what I needed to do. If any of you have ideas of what I can start next week's forum with, please let me know. Just shoot me an email, and I will work hard to start off that way. Hopefully the explaining the repo helped you out. If it's still confusing, just shoot me an email. I'll be more happy to go over it with you. I'll probably do a little bit more detailed video just specific to that versus being a live one. I'll do it more specific and kind of break it down and actually go through the application portions of stuff as well. So right now, while they're available, I say take full advantage of it and kind of go from there. Now, if you're ready to try to take the next step and want to at least see, well, Jeff Anthony, I want to apply for something, or I just want to see what my credit looks like. Can we do take a look at that? We actually can, and you can. It's an easy process. I'm gonna go ahead and put that information on here. I hear the ice cream truck. It's that time again. For you guys, when the ice cream truck used to come around your neighborhoods, if you did, what was your favorite thing to get? Wait, what is our phone number? I put the wrong phone number up there. 766-4250. I am getting confused. Let me see what my number is. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, but my favorite thing to get from the ice cream truck was the Mississippi Mud ice cream sandwiches. Those are my favorite. It's been a long day. I can't even remember our phone number. It is 766. Okay. I have to revise that phone number there for you. My apologies. Okay. So this link that I put on there is so that way if you want to take a look at what your credit is. Now, this is a soft credit pull. It's not a hard inquiry. Does not hurt your credit. This is full legit. This is not a sales tactic. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. If it was a hard inquiry, I would tell you it's a hard inquiry because I value my credit and I value yours. But it is a good way for us to look at two things. One, your credit score to find out, because obviously when I was doing the payment estimator, it gave us the category of where you stand, so it can tell us what rate you're going to have. And then second, it's going to help us to actually build your budget based on that without us having to run a credit application to get an approval or denial. We can look at things, discuss it, see if you want to then take the next step and actually submit in your application. This is a great tool. It helps me and it helps you. And you do get a copy of your report. I actually send it to you, and it's absolutely free. No free of charge. No free. It's absolutely at no charge to you. It's free. And we can work together, get you in the next steps. I can only encourage you guys, take advantage of the factory direct sales because it could be gone. Changes maybe. I would encourage you to do what you got to do to get into a home as soon as possible at a factory direct price. So, once again, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. God bless. Thank you guys for always coming through.